Folks, welcome. My name is Noah Gotbaum. I am the President of Community Education Council 3. I have a number of my colleagues here. Elia Dean, Christine Antino, John Davers, Elizabeth Schell, representing the CEC and the parents. We're also blessed and lucky to have a number of really of our leading public servants here. Senator Bill Perkins is here. Assemblyman Danny O'Donnell is here. We have representatives of Councilman Mark Riverito, and Council Member Gail Brewer will be here as well. And you're all here. We are here because we are supporting not only this great school, but the public schools in District 3 and in New York City. What is happening, as we all know, is that our voice, the voice of our community, of our kids, of our teachers, you're absolutely right, and of the elected, is not being listened to. What's happened here? Essentially, what's going on is without any public comment, without any discussion with the school or the district, without a vote as required, the school, or a big part of it, has been essentially handed to Eva Moskowitz and a charter school. She is so confident that the school will be heard that she's put out an advertisement already. Upper West Success. She's already stating she's here. They've already mentioned that they're going into 145. As a matter of fact, the DOE has said they're going in here. No. Now, how does this happen? Before SUNY votes. SUNY hasn't voted. Before a location formally has been picked and discussed. Hasn't happened. And yet, she is so confident because the DOE is pushing it. We, as a community, coming out and in support of the school, and as I said, of our public schools. We want to improve and work with our public schools, not destroy them, shut them down, and bring in charter.
Yes, we can! 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 Yes, we can!
What is even more reckless here, not only is the charter schools coming in to 145, inevitably going to crowd it out, as it's done at some other schools, 241 and 149 in the district, but what it's doing also is putting at risk a fantastic $11 million magnet grant for 8 of our schools throughout the district. If 145 is squeezed out and doesn't have the space to grow its plan, they're out of compliance. If 145 is out of compliance, the district is out of compliance, and we forfeit $11 million that is used to upgrade our schools. This is the trade-off that's being made right now by the DOE. It makes no sense. We are, all of us, members of the Community Education Council, Special Ed. What are we doing here? We are working with our schools to bring them up, to improve them, to focus and invest in them, not to close them down, not to squeeze them out, not to tell them they don't know. So I thank you all. I want to introduce now some of our public servants. The public servants, you see who's here? These are the folks who are not afraid of Eva and her hedge fund millions and the DOE support. These are folks who are standing up because they know it's right. You've all heard about Waiting for Superman. You all hear all the hype. This is where it happens. We know what's going on in schools. This is not a failing school. We are not a failing district. We are investing in our schools And we don't want anything to get in the way of that. She wants to set up schools, that's fantastic. But not on the back of kids, and not on the back of kids who she does not educate. We'll be hearing from people.
Yes.
We'll be hearing from people on special ed. She is not educating most of the children who attend 145 in our district.
Yes.
Where are they going to go? Anyway, I want to introduce Senator Bill Perkins, who has been a champion for our school to approve them, not to shut them down.
I can't say much more better than what has already been shared with you. But let me just say this. This collocation means eviction. Remember that. Doesn't mean that a guest has come to dinner. Doesn't mean sharing. It means displacing. Whatever, and it also means conflict, as it's already beginning to brew. The arrogance of it all is that it's being advertised already, and the process has not been finished. So this whole thing is about arrogance. It's about whether or not you matter. And it basically says you do not matter. The process is supposed to be a democratic process. That is community participation, community involvement, a weighing of the goods and the bads in some process. This advertisement says you don't count in that process. This is a preconceived, predetermined, arrogant takeover of this school for Eva Moskowitz. And by the way, I represent this area, and it goes all the way down to 82nd Street. It also includes PS 165. And this PS 165 is the second school that they're giving to us. It's not just this school, it's also PS 165. So there are two schools in this part of my district that are being taken over. Believe me, this is just a step in the door. I'll give you, you know the story about the Harlem part of my district. A step in the door, and all of a sudden, your guest has taken over your living room, your kitchen, your dining room, and all of a sudden, that is the dominant educational experience that we have in that part of my district, and it has not measured up. I'm not an educational expert, but I do know how to read. And the results of the test scores that are being reported do not bring success. They bring as if some of those test scores that they were announcing, that they were bragging about, were fudged. So they have not measured up. But worse than that, the process is a takeover process. It's not a democratic process. What it basically does, if you will, to the children, put a finger in your ears, it niggerizes you. It makes you second class. It makes you insignificant. It's a smack in the face. It's something that we have to make sure that we protest and we do not let it happen. Let this be the last effort that takes place like this. Let us not allow this to happen. Let us do whatever has to happen to prevent this from happening here.
Yes, we can.
And we can do that.
Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
You know, maybe we woke up too late in some other parts of the neighborhood. Okay, maybe, and allowed too much to take place. Not only in other parts of the neighborhood, other parts of the city, other parts of the state, other parts of the country. But this is a significant place to end at. We're now wide awake. Let's let them make sure that they never, ever think about doing this again. And today is 145, but I'm telling you, tomorrow we're going to have to go over to 165. And we're going to have to make sure that this doesn't happen. And for any of these schools, without your permission.
Thank you.